Hello, ladies and gents. It's Life Coach Jamika. Welcome back to yet another video, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, I would like to continue the conversation about a blog post that I put out earlier this week, which is all about breaking through the mother wound. And so, unfortunately, gentlemen, tonight's episode is all for the ladies and all about our feminine healing process. So we are going to dive right on into that. If you haven't had the opportunity yet to actually go and read my blog, don't worry, I will catch you up real quick on what it was all about, but I will also put the link down in the description so that you can go ahead and read it for yourself and get all the juicy little tips that I put in there. So without further ado, let's get started on today's video. All right, so what is the mother wound and how can we break through it? Well, the mother wound is a generational unrest between mother and daughter through womanhood. And so, what this means and what I focus on specifically is our sexual exploration and our sexual knowledge and understanding. And so what I've been finding through working with my clients is that there is this unrest and unsettling feeling from mothers and daughters everywhere who don't feel all that connected to their sexuality and their sexuality also, which is incredibly important. And why it's important is because a lot of women go through their life because they don't have a good connection with their mother. They don't have, or their daughter, they don't have someone to go to, they don't have someone to talk to, they don't have somebody who understands who they really are at their core, right? And so without that, and with the trauma of, not having the right knowledge, having, opinions and beliefs and views that maybe don't align with who you are, right? Maybe there's a lot of things that you haven't figured out yet. And that's okay, because we are all in this process and we are all on our journey to heal our mother wound, okay? So, with our mother wound, basically what I focus on is, the sexual exploration and the sexual freedom. And in my blog, as I said, I will pop the link down in the chat below. But on my blog, I give you all the tips that you need in order to work your way through the process, either individually or with your mother or daughter. So there's lots of options. Mother's Day is right around the corner, and I want to provide a really great experience for you so that you can break free from all the things that are really holding you back in life. So that's the mother wound. I've got you all caught up. For today's video, what I want to focus on is, I was going through my blog and I kind of just felt like something was missing, okay? And I thought back to a previous article that I wrote, which was all about 3 steps to create intimacy and get out of your head. And the key point that I wanted to get across in that article was that it's not about the destination. It's all about the journey. And so I wanted to take that concept into today's video and give you some more information that you can use along your healing process and to prepare you for your healing journey, okay? So that's what we're gonna go through today, and I've got a really fun example to talk about, so I'm excited to share that with you. Now, when I was young and growing up, and even still to today, I love playing a good Super Mario game. And there's one game in particular that I would love to use as a reference for today's video in order to explain to you how you can look at your healing journey in order to get the absolute most out of it and make it easy. The Mario game that I will be referring to today is called Hedge Honcho. And I will post a quick little photo of it on the next slide just so you can get a quick visual of it before I go ahead and explain it to you. So basically, Hedge Honcho is a game that I'm going to use to explain to you how you can go about your healing journey and break through your mother wound. So, break through your mother wound. There are 4 key elements to to think about when playing the game. The first one is the hedge or the leaves. And so at the beginning of the game, your objective is to swipe through the leaves, get them out of the way, obstacle by obstacle. The next thing that you encounter in the game are little breaks in the hedge where there aren't any leaves and there isn't much going on. So you just got kind of a little bit of a break and a little bit of blank space, and then you head back into the hedge. The third item that you will find in the hedge are some ladybugs. And the ladybugs, all you gotta do to get rid of them is give them a nice little nudge like that, and they spread their little wings and they fly away. And lastly, the fourth element of the game are bees. And the bees you don't want to touch, because if you touch the bees, you will be stunned for a couple of moments and have to take a little bit of a break. So, how can we use this example of a Mario game and apply it to our knowledge about our healing journey and how to think about our healing journey? So, as I said, the game, you start off in the hedge, you swipe the leaves, right? So first off, what do the leaves represent? Well, the leaves represent the journey, and as I said, we don't want to focus on the destination, we want to focus on the journey. So the leaves are your journey. They're all the things that are coming up, right? All the different things that you've got to sort through. And you get to a lull, and right now is the period where you're probably in a lull. So our lull is the space where, maybe you're not in the deep of it, maybe you are, maybe you've already started your healing journey and you're already kind of in the hedge, but maybe you aren't, maybe you're in a lull right now, and having the information that you've read in the blog and have heard in this video, maybe you're thinking to yourself, yeah, there are a few things about my sexual life that I really wish were different. There's information and knowledge that I wish I knew that I don't know. There's a connection that I wish I had with my mother or my daughter. I wish that we could talk openly about what sexuality is to us and how it makes us come alive. So if you're thinking any one of those things or anything along those lines, then you're in your lull right now. You're just in that little blank space where you're just trying to sort out, okay, what's going on here? How can I work my way through this, right? And if you need some tips on how to work your way through that, again, in my blog, I've got all the information that you'll need in there. So as you work your way through, then you're in your lull, you start to realize, okay, I've kind of got all these things I need to handle, I need to sort out and get off my chest, right? So you head into your hedge and you start sorting through them. You're like, okay, we gotta deal with this, we gotta deal with this, and we gotta do that, right? And then you stumble across a ladybug. And what did I say with the ladybugs? You give them a little rub like this, and then they spread their wings and fly away. So the ladybugs represent the things that are gonna pop up in your journey that just need a little bit of extra tender love and care. So there will be things that come up along your journey where you need to maybe stop yourself for a second, give yourself a chance to have some self-care, give yourself the opportunity to get support, whether that be from your mother or daughter or, a professional who works in the field or a friend or someone, right? Get support, give yourself that opportunity to give yourself a little tender love and care and say, hey, it's okay, we're gonna get through this, right? So those are our ladybugs. And then there's other things in your journey as you're, going through your hedge. You may stumble across a bee. And as I said, the bees, if you touch them, they're gonna stop you dead in your tracks, right? You have to wait a second. You see the bee and you're like, oh, better not go there. So what do the bees represent? Well, the bees represent some things in the parts of your journey that are going to pop up and make you say, whoa, wait a second. This is not what I signed up for. This is not what I'm looking for. This is not the results I wanted. This is not what I wanted out of this experience. And I want you to know that those bees are so incredibly important. They're so important, and it is incredible when you come across those bees. And here's why. In order for you to have the good, in order for you to get to your destination and have all the fruitful things that you want in your sexual life, you have to understand the things that you don't want, the things that aren't serving you, the things that you don't need. So those bees that you encounter, the things that make you stop dead in your tracks, those are really important, because all that means, it doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. All that it means is that it's just time for you to change directions. It's time for you to switch course, and that's okay. We are always growing, we are always evolving, and as you go through your hedge, right? As you go through it, as you work through it, there's gonna be a lot of things that come up, and all of it is beautiful. And when you get to those spaces where you have a lull, where you're like, okay, what do I wanna do? Where am I going with this? Those are beautiful as well, because you're evolving. Those are the times and the periods where you are allowing yourself to think differently, to think about you and what it is that you need. So embrace the lulls, embrace the journey and your hedge, embrace the ladybugs that need a little bit of extra tender love and care, and embrace the bees that make you stop dead in your tracks and say, whoa, this isn't what I wanted. Embrace all of it. You can break through the mother wound. I know you can. And if you need any extra support, if you don't have a mother or daughter to go and talk to, if you don't have a friend, if you don't have professional support, I'm always here. I've got a lot of opportunities available for free 15-minute connection sessions. They are all done online. I've got time slots available all throughout the day from morning until night, 7 days a week. So they are accessible to everyone, and I've got tons of times open, so hopefully we can find something that works with your schedule. But if you do need some support, book a connection session with me. My connection sessions my connection sessions go over 3 important things. So the first thing is we are going to help you. So my connection sessions go over 3 really important things. The first thing is we are going to define your goals. We are going to figure out what it is that you really want out of your sexual connection. What are you looking for, right? The second step that we'll do in our 15-minute call is we will figure out and discover your limiting beliefs. What is holding you back from actually accomplishing that? What beliefs and ideals do you have that are not serving you anymore, that are going to stop you from achieving what it is that you want to achieve? And lastly, I'm gonna give you a game plan so that you can make your next move. You can make your next move and you can get yourself 1 step closer to achieving your goal. So if you'd like that kind of support, I'll put the link down below as well. You can book yourself a free 15-minute connection session with me. I would love to talk, love to discuss, and help you break through your mother wound, because you are so worth it.